It's Food and Wine Talk.
With Carol Kotkin
and Simone Diamant.
This program is brought to you by Whole Foods Market. More of the good stuff for less than you think.
I'm Simone Diamant. Increasingly, Italian products are positioning themselves and perceived as quality products. Not so much because of a policy or a concept, but simply because if Italians are to stand out in the European community, it is not by the sheer quantity of their product. They can't compete with larger, more industrialized countries. It is, though, by the quality of mostly artisanal products. So on February 2nd, at the Simply Italian event at the Biltmore Hotel in Coral Gables, we will be able to taste some of these products, essentially wines from the best wine-producing region in Italy and some olive oils.
And I'm Carol Kotkin. What has become a yearly event we're all looking forward to, Simply Italian, is brought to Miami by IEEM, International Event and Exhibition Management, with headquarters in Verona, Italy, and in Miami. And we are happy to welcome once again to Food and Wine Talk, Marina Nedic, Managing Director of IEEM and the Simply Italian Great Wines. Welcome, Marina.
Good morning, Simone. Good morning, Carol. Thank you so much for inviting me to have the chat this morning. Thank you.
Marina, every Italian wine event you produce is different. What can we expect this year from the tasting on February 2nd?
Yes, it's true. Our events are absolutely unique each and every time we have them, even though we have a series of Simply Italian events. They're all different, and the Simply Italian Miami event this year will be very different from the Simply Italian event we had last year. We have a somewhat different group of wineries coming over from Italy. We have a big focus from Friuli, Venezia, Giulia wineries, so lots of wonderful different Pinot Grigio wines, not only, of course. And then we have the Grandi Marchi once again with their very well-known brands from all over Italy. We have Consorzio, as I mentioned, the Friuli.
Could
yes?
I interrupt you for a minute? Because our listening audience may not know exactly what the Grand Marchi wines are.
Well, the Grandi Marchi is a group of 18 family-owned wineries who represent the best-known names of the winemaking tradition in Italy. So the president of the group is Antinori. Of course, Antinori is one of the participating wineries, and then the other well-known or best-known wineries, they're all very well-known, but they are Gaia, Basicaia, Carpenè, Mastro Berardino, Michele Chiara. As I said, it's 18 very well-known wineries from Italy.
So that's impressive. But aside from those giants in the winemaking, in the Italian winemaking, you have a score of wineries from all over the country.
We have a score from wineries, and some of them are quite new. They're boutique wineries. They're looking also for importers, and they're from all over Italy. As I mentioned Friuli already, we also have a big Veneto participation. We have almost 10 wineries from Veneto who are brought by the wines of the Veneto region. Uvive is the name of the group. They will also be presenting a seminar, so that will give everybody the opportunity to taste these wines before, and then, of course, meet the winemakers during the walk-around tasting.
Now, is this, sorry, Simone, is this open to the general public or just to the trade?
Just to the trade. This year, we're really focusing on inviting the trade. As I said, many of these wineries are looking for importers, and it's a unique opportunity also for the importers to meet some of these wineries, as well as, of course, find the well-known friends they have met over the years, such as the Grandi Marchi, such as other Banfi, for example, who is coming back once again. So really the best-known names from Italy as well.
So, Marina, we all know that the European Union is seething from the economic crisis that has plied some of its members, one of them being Italy. Has the economy affected the winemaking industry in any way?
Well, that's a tough question, especially, and it would involve a very long answer. Unfortunately, it affects the wine industry in a negative way because the consumption in Italy is even though Italy is still the second largest consumer in the world, is going down, especially of the higher, more expensive wines. On the other hand, that means that the wineries are focusing more on exports, and the exports of wine are doing really, really spectacularly, especially to the U.S. Wines of Italy are really doing well in the U.S. The other good thing that the European is doing, not only for Italy, but for all the winemaking countries, is there's a series of, let's say, financial support programs for wineries for exporting to countries not belonging to the European Union. So that's really helping all sorts of wineries, from the biggest names to the smallest ones who could not probably afford to present themselves on overseas markets.
Now, you mentioned the export to the U.S. What other countries are big consumers of Italian wines?
As I said, the U.S. market is the number one market for wines of Italy in terms of exports, and Italy, well, it depends. Some years Italy is doing better than the French wines, some years it's not, but it's still I think it's the number one country right now in terms of exports to the U.S. Of course, the European Union is a huge market. The biggest overall global market, if we were to look at sheer numbers, is the European Union, meaning Italy, France, Germany, and so on. Asia is something that the Italian wineries are approaching. We do a series of events also in Asia, but we're not number one there. But we're getting there. We're increasing volume and value.
Coming back to Miami, this event on February 2nd will run for an entire day. What's on the schedule, Marina, and what is the focus or the different focuses of this event?
I hope that once again we have a very interesting and very different presentation this year. Well, we will have the seminar, start off with a seminar about regulating Italian wines with Riccardo Ricci Curbastro, and that's very interesting for everybody who wants to know about the new regulations, because they're not only the Italian regulations, they're the EU regulations, and it's important to know. We will have a wonderful wine tasting of the great whites of Italy with Charlie Arturo Arruola. And then we will have, as I mentioned before, the Veneto wines with Lynn Farmer and with the president of the Veneto Wine Promotional Board, who is Luciano Piona. And then after that, everybody will have a chance to meet and greet all these winemakers at walk-around tasting from 1 to 6 p.m.
So you mentioned earlier that you're going to have as many as 30 wineries from different regions, and they're going to be looking for importers. And also, will there be both high-end and small mom-and-pop boutique operations?
Yes, actually, I'm pleased to say it's going to be even more than 40 wineries who are participating at our event. So we really have a chance to introduce all different sorts of wineries. As I mentioned, Banfi will be there, the big names will be there, but the mom-and-pop wineries will certainly be there, and many of those are looking for importers. Let's say half of the participants are the boutique mom-and-pop wineries looking for importers. So that's really a good opportunity for anybody who's looking to expand their portfolio.
So this event will include, as you said, interesting seminars with speakers from Italy and the U.S. How can people register, Marina?
So we are getting a boom of registrations thanks to all the activities we're carrying out, but we can still register people through our website. It's IEEM. The website is www.IEEMUSA.com, or they can call us at 305-937-2488.
This is an event that is worth going to if you're in the wine business or a journalist. So on February 2nd, Simply Italian Great Wine U.S. Tour will bring to South Florida the taste, the aromas, the terroir of different winemaking regions in Italy. And we look forward to tasting wine from the Collio, Friuli in northern Italy to the southern tip of the Boots.
It's like taking a trip through Italy.
Yeah.
It's all, well, without having to go through the hassle of the travel arrangements, and it's cold in Italy now, so this is certainly a good opportunity. Absolutely.
So thank you, Marina Nedic, for being with us today on Food and Wine Talk, and we'll see you all on February 2nd at the Biltmore.
Thank you, Simone. Thank you, Carol.
You are listening to Food and Wine Talk with Carol Kotkin and Simone Diamant. This program is brought to you by Whole Foods Market. More of the good stuff for less than you think.
Tune in next Monday at 11 a.m. for more Food and Wine Talk with Carol Kotkin and Simone Diamant.